Pradeep Swaminathan. Uh, Good morning. There are people from other demographies, and good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and of course, good evening today on the Indian IST time zone. And thanks for joining us today. With us, we have Pradeep Swaminathan, who is a Microsoft certified Fabric analytics engineer and a seasoned data professional with over 7+ years of experience in the field of data science and analytics. He has a strong background working on the data-driven use cases with diverse industries, including customer care, cybersecurity, and manufacturing. And he also works on high volume and high velocity data pipelines with real-time insights and essentials to operations. His core expertise lies in statistical modeling, machine learning, deep learning, of course, natural language processing, and data visualization. With the recent efforts coming in, he has also been working on intersection of generative AI and enterprise analytics, integrating advanced language models into the business workflows. Prior to the launch of Microsoft Fabric, Pradeep was a longtime practitioner of Azure Synapse Analytics, where he has built in scalable data warehouses with Spark-based data processing and data mashing and data transformation frameworks. And he has also orchestrated complex pipelines using Synapse pipelines and data lake storage. He has also been actively leveraging the platform to build end-to-end data engineering and analytics solution, right from that of starting from ingestion to that of modeling and visualization in Power BI. He is very particular and passionate about production-ready analytical frameworks with a strong focus on governance, scalability, and user empowerment. Whether it's operationalizing machine learning models or optimizing ELTL, ETL pipelines, or designing semantic model, Pradeep brings in a wealth of an enormous wealth, I would say, on hands-on knowledge and practical experience. With that, I'm excited, and I would like to hand over it to Pradeep to walk us today on today's session on Microsoft Fabric. Please join me in welcoming him. And Pradeep, over to you.
Thank you for the introduction, Aravind. Hey everyone, as Aravind mentioned, I'm Pradeep Swaminathan. I'm a senior data scientist. And yeah, without any further ado, let's jump into the topic. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be my agenda today. So let's first look at what a unified data platform means and why a business might need one. And second thing is, of course, the hero of our topic, Microsoft Fabric. What Microsoft Fabric is and what are the components that comes with Microsoft Fabric. And third point is, of course, how to convert this raw data into business insights and what are the business impacts and benefits delivered by Microsoft Fabric. And in case if you're new to Microsoft Fabric, we'll look into how to get started. And we end this session by having a Q&A session. So first point, what is a unified data platform? So unified data platform is a centralized system where you can bring together all the data management, processing, storage, and analytics capabilities under one roof. So the goal is to break down data silos and enable organizations to work with data more efficiently, seamlessly, and at scale. So let's talk about why a business might need a unified data platform. So a business might have too many silos, and it could lead to difficulties in managing those silos. So different teams store data in different systems. So you might have a CRM system, ERPs, spreadsheet, cloud tools, and they don't always talk to each other. So this leads to duplication, inconsistencies, and a huge challenge in managing access, quality, and compliance. The second thing is slow decision making. So when insights depend on multiple handoffs between teams, like data engineers prepares it, analysts query it, and business users interpret it, it makes the decision making slows down. It makes the decision making to slow down And by the time insights arrive, the opportunity might have passed. And this is especially true for the current scenario, where the LLMs are taking over the world and the changes are happening at a rapid pace. And it actually makes business to lack the trust in data. When the same KPI shows different values across reports, or when there are no transparency into where data came from, teams started second guessing the numbers. This lack of trust actually erodes the confidence in data driven decisions. Uh, the fourth point is inefficient use of resources. So, maintaining multiple platforms, data pipelines, and access policies across silos increases cost and complexity. You are paying for redundant infrastructure and spending more time maintaining systems than gaining value from them. Last but not least, the need for agility and scale. So business needs change rapidly, whether it's entering new markets or adapting to customer behavior. Companies need a data platform that can scale quickly, integrate new sources easily, and support real-time insights without having to rebuild everything from scratch. So with that, let's look at what Microsoft Fabric is. So Microsoft Fabric is a unified cloud-based and data and analytics platform that integrates various tools and services into a single environment. So it streamlines data management and analytics processes, enabling organizations to derive insights efficiently. So it's been offered software as a service as opposed to platform as a service. I'm saying that particularly because Microsoft already offers a unified data platform called Azure Synapse Analytics. So it's similar to Microsoft Fabric and it's considered as a big brother to Microsoft Fabric actually. It has the same level of components, but it's tailored towards big data. If your organization wants to is handling petabytes of information and you need large Spark compute resources, Azure Synapse Analytics is the way to go. And even though they offer everything under the same roof, it is built on based on your usage. Whereas in Fabric, you pay a predetermined fee and you can take advantage of all the components that comes with Fabric. Um, Microsoft Synapse Analytics uses Azure Data Lake Gen 2, and Microsoft created a similar underlying storage architecture for Microsoft Fabric, and they call it OneLake. OneLake is the bedrock for all the components that runs on Microsoft Fabric. Then let's quickly look at what are the Fabric items available for you to use. So let's look at the core pillars of Microsoft Fabric. So we have data factory, we have data engineering items, data warehouses, data science items, real-time intelligence, and Power BI. So let's look at each of those in detail. So data factory, it's used for orchestrating and extract, transform, load kind of workloads. So data factory is our data movement and transformation engine. So whether you are pulling data from on-prem databases, cloud storage, or third-party APIs, Data Factory lets you design powerful data pipelines using a low-code, no-code interface. This means you can uh, ingest your data, you can clean it and shape it before it ever lands in a warehouse or a lakehouse. So it also supports scheduling and monitoring, makes it perfect for enterprise-grade ETL workflows. So one shortcoming here is alerting system. So Microsoft is working to introduce this feature to Data Factory to inform the stakeholders or the whoever creating these pipelines to whenever there is a failure in the pipeline. And the second one is data engineering, which is the building block for data foundations. So this pillar enables engineers to process massive data sets with Spark-based notebooks as well as with the data flows. So if you are a seasoned developer, you can make use of the pre-built connectors that comes with Microsoft Fabric. You can simply authenticate them and pull data. You can do the transformation and store the data in a lakehouse or a warehouse. So it's optimized for big data workloads and it integrates deeply with OneLake. Here you can perform data cleaning, data joining, and transformation on large scale, again, readying it for downstream analysis. So what's great here is how collaborative it is. You can make data engineers hand of curated data to analysts and scientists without any traditional delays. And the third component or main fabric item or the pillar is data warehouse. So Microsoft took SQL data warehouse from Azure Synapse and introduced within the Microsoft Fabric as data warehouse. So Microsoft Fabric data warehouse is built for high performance analytics using the familiar SQL option. It's optimized for structured data and works seamlessly with BI tools, especially the Power BI. So whether you're running dashboards or complex queries, it delivers speed and scalability. It also offers, again, deep integration to one lake, so you don't have to like worry about data duplication or data governance issues. And the fourth component is data science. So how to turn data into models. So this module actually empowers data scientists with notebooks, Python support, and ML experimentation tools. Although this part is not equal to what Microsoft already offers in Azure as Azure Machine Learning Studio, Microsoft continuously supporting this part of the pillar, and they are introducing new features every month. So soon this will become a strong competitor, strong alternative for Azure Machine Learning Studio. The best part is everything resides within the same Fabric environment. So there is no jumping between the tools. So teams can train their models, using clean governed data from the data warehouses or Delta Lake tables and deploy those models into production for real-time or batch scoring. And you have a support for real-time intelligence, so acting on data as it happens. That's the thing, right? So in today's world, especially if you are working on internet of things, or you have streaming data coming in, you need a tool that can handle these kinds of data. So think of like a fraud detection, operational monitoring. That would be the best case for real-time usage scenarios. So this pillar lets you process streaming data using event hubs, Kafka, or other connectors. You can set up real-time dashboards, alerts, and workflows, ensuring decisions are made in the moment, not days after. Microsoft also has something called Data Activator, which acts as a Power Automate style item. So where if you say, for example, if you're having IoT data coming in and there are all the temperature sensors, if the temperature crosses a certain threshold, maybe you want to alert yeah, someone to look into the issue. So you can do that by using Data Activator that's available within Microsoft Fabric. And last but not least, the main component, Power BI. So if you look at a Microsoft Fabric, everything that you do revolves around this Power BI component. So it's not just about gathering data and transforming it, it's also about visualizing it, right? That's how an end user might be looking at the data. So with each and every step, they are making sure that your data is ready to be consumed within the Power BI or any other business intelligence tool of your choice. So Power BI is the face of your data. So it's where actually decision makers engage with your dashboards, charts, and reports. So what's more powerful here is the native integration. So Fabric pipelines are highly optimized for Power BI datasets without needing to have a manual export or connectors. So this makes your analytics stack lean, real time, and accessible to everyone across the organization. And the last part is the partner and industry workloads. So this is the final pillar in all about customization. So Microsoft opened up the platform to allow industry partners to build domain-specific solutions, whether that's retail forecasting, manufacturing, or financial risk modeling. You can create the solutions and you can publish it. So it actually ensures Fabric can evolve with your business needs. So of course, Microsoft, like how they do with other services, they've integrated Copilot with Fabric. But the one caveat here is that Fabric Copilot is available only for paying customers that pays for at least F64 capacity, which is around $8,000. So that's one point to note. And all of these components, or as I mentioned before, resides on top of one lake, and Microsoft makes it easier for data governance and data security by providing Microsoft Purview. So the next is the ultimate unifying data experience. So as I mentioned, Microsoft Fabric offers a centralized data storage with one lake, and it integrates analytical solutions, combining data engineering, data science, and real-time analytics along with business intelligence into one platform, thereby reducing the complexity. So it simplifies the collaboration. So you can provide a unified workspace where you can bring in all of your data engineers, data scientists, data analysts, and business users to collaborate. And it's your data and Fabric items is secured by Microsoft makes this sure by providing a data governance and unified security solution. So let's divide into different topics, like what's the data ingestion layer, the data transformation layer, the final semantic layer, and how you can share your Power BI solutions and with your external stakeholders. So with data ingestion, as I mentioned previously, you have pre-built connectors to ingest your data from a target source into Microsoft Fabric. So it might, let's say, for example, you are a marketing team and you might have different channels that you use for marketing. It could be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or email marketing campaign, all the sources. So you can bring all of those data into one single place and you can create a finalized dashboard for your maybe top level management to look at. So you can create this data ingestion real time, and you can schedule it for syncing your data incrementally or batch processing. Both should work. For data transformation, you can use Dataflow Gen 2. If you're familiar with Microsoft Excel or Power BI's Power Query option, the interface should look similar. And also you have Fabric notebooks. If you love coding or if you like some more versatility, Microsoft also offers notebooks that supports Python, Scala, or the program of your choice for data transformations. And you can store that data into a data warehouse or a data lakehouse. You can also create reusable pipelines with the data factory component available within Fabric for automation and reuse. The semantic model is what drives visualizations within Microsoft Power BI. So you can, by default, Microsoft Fabric offers a default semantic models. You can build the relationship between different tables, and you can publish it for your business team or other departments to use, so that they don't have to having to reach out. They don't need to reach out to people from other department wondering what the relationship between the tables are, et cetera, et cetera. So having a semantic model or having a support for semantic model natively actually simplifies a lot of processes. And you can use star schema modeling to optimize the performance and scalability of your report. And by default, Microsoft also offers the row-level security for different user groups. And finally, you can consume these semantic models within your Power BI report. And it's, as I mentioned, semantic models are highly optimized for Power BI reports. So the processing would be much faster and it's highly optimized. And you can share this Power BI report, whatever you created within Fabric, and you can publish it via Teams or Business Central dashboards or whatever application that you're using that supports a Power BI embedding option. And as I mentioned, if you have F64 or more capacity, then you can actually enable your stakeholders to use natural language to interact with your data. And finally, I wanted to show you a quick demo of how we can use Power BI Microsoft Fabric to do the ETL process. And finally, we can do some visualization using Power BI. So let me share my other screen. So here I've created a workspace called test workspace for the purpose of this demo. can see that I have a demo lakehouse set up, and I have a Spark instance set up, and I have a notebook that I've created that I will be using for extraction and transformation. So initially, I'm gonna import all the required libraries for the purpose of this transformation. So I'm gonna attempt a live demo so that you can see how easy it will be to create a simple notebook and automate your workload. So as you can see, the session started within 12 seconds. I'm importing the required libraries. I'm authenticating it. Do it once again. And I'm going to extract the data from the Business Central. And I'm going to do some, I'm looking at a few transformation options. Before transformation options, I'm looking at, is there any missing data? What are the columns that are available, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to filter for data where the inventory is less than 10. So the goal of this data is to inform an end stakeholder to look into the items where the inventory is less than 10. So I'm doing all the transformations. I'm creating a spot table, and finally, I'm storing that spot table into a lakehouse, into my demo lakehouse. So it should be done in no time. And once you're good with that, once you have done all these transformations, you can see that within Power BI, you can connect to the same lakehouse, access the same table, and you can create visualization. So this is a very crude, very high level example, but you can also do a lot of other things. You can maybe create a forecasting model here, and you can forecast the selling of different items, how many items you are expecting to sell, or how many quantities you are expecting to sell for each item. And you can provide that data to an end stakeholder by creating a data visualization in Power BI. So you can also build machine learning models. You can actually automate this script. If I go back to my test workspace, I should be able to see an option called schedule, where you can just schedule this notebook to run at regular intervals. So that should be done easily. You don't have to like create a pipeline in order to run this notebook on schedule. You can just run this notebook on schedule by directly from this from a notebook. So with that, I'm gonna pause briefly for any questions that you might have, or we can continue. Okay, I am gonna continue.
There are a couple of questions here on the chat, Pradeep. Can you address it, or I can ask that question directly?
Yeah, sure. Can address that.
So, Pradeep, we have a question from Selvaraj. So the question is, Microsoft is providing a suite of, there is some echo.
Okay. Yeah,
Microsoft is providing a suite of tools on the Fabric platform. Does it allow any external data warehouse products like Snowflake? So that's the question from Selvaraj.
Yeah, so Microsoft actually Fabric already offers something called database mirroring, where you can mirror your Snowflake database into Microsoft Fabric, and you can perform some analysis on top of it. So yeah, they are supporting, they are releasing the support for different databases, different options. But as of today, yes, they are supporting Snowflake data warehouse through something called data virtualization.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Pradeep. There's one more question. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I can see that. So by notebooks for better versatile coding, do you mean the Azure Databricks notebooks or anything else? So Azure Databricks is an entirely different service offered by Azure. So it's in collaboration with Databricks, as you can see that in the name. So this is a standalone offering which actually Microsoft created to rival Databricks. So this is something different from Azure Databricks. So In Azure Databricks notebooks, you have DB utils. In Microsoft Fabric, you have MS Spark utils. I think that's the main difference between those two notebooks. But again, it's versatile like Databricks. Does that answer your question, Abhinaya? Okay. So let me continue my presentation. So by having this, what are the business impacts, right? You're using Azure Synapse, Microsoft Fabric, and what are the business impacts and benefits that it's delivering? So let's look at benefits for various roles. Like executives, they get real-time visibility into KPIs and business health, enabling them faster data-driven decisions. For an analyst, it's a centralized, clean data that eliminates wasted time on preparation so that they can spend more time on analysis and insights. For IT team, they have a simplified architecture with unified governance, so that reduces maintenance of siloed systems. And the second broadest topic that how Microsoft Fabric benefits is improving the agility and cost efficiency. So it eliminates redundant tools and manual data stitching, so thereby reducing the cost and complexity. It will help you adapt quickly to business needs with low-code, no-code tools and also scalable compute. So Microsoft Fabric starts at F2 capacity, and it just costs like $290 per month if you are in the East US, and it goes up to $270,000 a month. So it's scalable, and you can buy the capacity units that suits your business needs. And again, enhanced collaboration. That's like the sole goal of having a unified or the main goal of having a unified data platform, right? So you have shared workspaces, can have live Power BI reports that brings business and technical teams together. So you can have a common data language through semantic models that ensures everyone's on the same page, and it offers easy integration across your Microsoft 365 applications, enables the data to show up where the work happens. So why it matters now, right? Why there is a sudden hype or talk, why people are talking about unified data solutions? It's a growing pressure to make faster, smarter decisions in a competitive market. So having no data strategy prior to ChatGPT is good, but once the ChatGPT arrived, everyone started talking about utilizing the AIs and generative AI, especially to improve the productivity of their workers. And that starts with having a good data governance, data strategy, especially to start with. So that's the explosion of data sources suddenly makes it difficult for organizations to train these AI models to be implemented. So having a unified data platform actually helps and provides the necessary clarity for the organizations to create these models faster. And so mentioned AI and automation demands high quality data, with high quality well model data. So Fabric provides that foundation for organizations to start with. And lastly, if you're new to Microsoft Fabric, you might be wondering, how can I start with Microsoft Fabric? So the good thing is Microsoft offers free trials if you have a Microsoft 365 account. So if your organization is already having a Microsoft Fabric, all you have to do is just ask your IT admin to be added to the necessary workspace. Or if your organization currently doesn't have a Microsoft Fabric, you can easily create a free trial. You can easily sign up for a free trial using your Microsoft account. It comes with preloaded sample data like Dynamics 365 sources. So you don't have to worry about, okay, maybe I need to bring in data into Microsoft Fabric to explore all the components that comes with it. So you have a sample data available, so you can start playing with all the components that comes with Microsoft Fabric. So how to learn Microsoft Fabric? So you can use Microsoft Fabric Learning Hub or Microsoft Learn modules. So it provides a structured, guided approach. You might not get in-depth understanding about the different components, but it provides a good starting point. If you're like me, if you like watching videos, um, to learn something, then you would love the Microsoft Fabric and Microsoft Power BI channels. So I've included a small thumbnail here. You can follow this particular playlist called Microsoft Fabric Learn Together, where industry's seasoned professionals get in deep about different Fabric components. And last but not least, you can utilize Microsoft Fabric community. If you run into a wall, if you're unable to solve any specific issues, you can always post it on the Fabric community group, where there's a very high chance it will get answered within a day or two. And with that, I'm opening the floor for questions now.
So just for the chat, I asked, okay, just I wanna have a like little bit doubt. Like, what is the difference between Delta Lake and data warehouse from a Microsoft Fabric standpoint?
Okay, so Microsoft offers both of those things, right? So you have Delta Lake, which is based on Databricks open sourced Delta Lake format. Um, and you have data warehouses, which is more geared for analytics solutions. So Delta Lake is a storage layer that sits on top of a data lake. So it's primarily designed to handle large scale unstructured and semi-structured data. It allows for ACID transactions and schema enforcement. And one of the main thing that people love about Delta Lake is the time travel. So Delta Tables offers this excellent feature called time travel, where you can jump to previous versions of the table with ease. So it's typically used for streaming and batch processing. Whereas a data warehouse, it stores data in a structured format. So the main goal of having a data warehouse is to optimize it for online analytical processing or OLAP workloads. It supports to support fast querying of the structured data. So you can use both of those data formats. For example, to give you a scenario, let's say you have streaming data that are coming in. It might not be feasible to push all of those data directly into a data warehouse. So for the initial transformation part, maybe you can capture all those data, do some transformations on the Delta Lake, and once that Delta Lake transformations are done, you can push that data into a data warehouse to optimize it for Power BI consumption or any other data visualization tool consumption. So I won't say you should have to like choose one or the other. They both can work together really well. Does that answer your question, Jayendran?
Thank you so much, Pradeep.
Any more questions?
I have a question, Pradeep. What if my data lives across different cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure? So, how does Microsoft Fabric handle a multi cloud data landscape?
Okay, yeah. So this question is similar to what Salvraj asked, right? So you have a data source or a data warehouse sitting on a Snowflake, and can I do some transformations or can I derive some insights from it using Microsoft Fabric? So it's the same thing. So Microsoft offers this either you can mirror the data or you can use shortcuts that are available within Microsoft Fabric. So by shortcuts, it does something called data virtualization, where you won't be moving data from your data source to Microsoft Fabric, but you will be able to do transformations or you can derive insights directly by connecting to your data source that lives across different platforms. So data virtualization can be used to actually do that. So you don't have to like worry about moving data and thereby reducing actually network and storage costs. Yes, it to your question, yes, it's possible to unify all the data in case if you don't want to bring all of this data into Microsoft Fabric. Through data virtualization, you will be able to do analysis and you can store the results maybe in the data lake or data warehouses for to be consumed within Power BI.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the group? We'd be happy to take it up.
Yes, that's it. Aravind?
Yeah, I think nothing from the group. Thanks all for joining. Pradeep, it was really a good session and an enlightening one. Thanks for your valuable time in giving us and the enlightenment on the data fabric. We would take this the learning further and basically encompass on our day-to-day life. Thanks all. Thank you.
Thank you, Aravind. Thank you, everyone,
Thank you.
for joining.
Thank you all.